things that we try to do is we say to people oftentimes on this show, here's your water bottle for the week. Something for you to sip on is you're watering your faith. What is one concluding thought that people can take with them this week as they listen to the show, their water bottle for the week that they can sip on?
I think I'd probably just go back to what I said, right? That last point, the waters of life, or the water of, well, I mean, I just think about the river of life at the end of time, the way water always is this consistent message of its judgment, but then at the same time, it's the means of deliverance, but then it's also the means of sustenance and provision. And that's such an interesting parallel to grace of what grace rescues us from, which is the wrath of God, the penalty due for our sin. But then also at the same time sustains us, but is also that which guarantees that one day we'll be sort of in that new Jerusalem to come. And so I love what you're doing with the Apollos water idea, and it's got a lot of wonderful biblical imagery to draw on there.
Well, I obviously I didn't create that part. I mean, God did that himself.
Yeah.
And he's called it into being to be able to help water people. I mean, like what you guys are doing. I mean, you guys are planting and watering, and we try to take a lot of the things that we see with Keller, and he's been such an influence on us and the people that he mentions.
Yeah.
C.S. Lewis has had a huge influence on us and what we're trying to do, as well as Lessing Do Begin and James Davison Hunter, as we try to work through a lot of these things. And I learned a lot more just from a resource perspective on who to look at, what to read, what he was reading. I'm really curious, and maybe this is for a different time, but how did he develop such a wide variety? Like, who did he choose to read? That's what I want to know.
I think it's eclectic. I don't think there was a plan. I think it was just kind of the way
on it. Like,
I mean, just
look up Robert Bella.
Yeah, well, again, that all it came from Hunter, though.
Okay.
So at different times, I mean, Tim was not just a self-starter. He had that curriculum at Gordon Conwell that introduced him to all this stuff, that set him on that trajectory, and then he had somebody like James Davison Hunter to help him with that. So, yeah, I mean, I think he's a wonderful teacher, but he's also a student and always has been, and that's a good posture for all of us.
That is a good posture for all of us. Brother, I want to thank you for coming on the show. It's been a delight. Wish we could do it longer. We'll have to do it again.
That'd be great.
I'd love
That'd be great.
But thank you for coming on Apollos Watered.
Thanks. I loved it. Thank you.